my type of party.
To see Rihanna and Chris when they first started dating, it was magical, you know? And those two, they were kind of inseparable, you know? You would hear about them being in the studio, you would hear, you know, they're coming into the club together, and it was just an energy.
At that time in our career, being that young, being naive, gullible, but also just happy, just wanting to be everywhere. I mean, it was no other feeling like it. But with her, with Rhea, it was just like, our power that we had at that age, it was just, it's dangerous, man. Like, you could go anywhere. Like, we couldn't go to a hotel and not have 1,000 fans outside waiting. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't go to any restaurant and just eat. Like, real life rock stars at 16 and 17 years old, man, that's dangerous. Because you could do whatever you want. I just think we were like the perfect, like, and bad combination. Like, it was just good and bad together. It was just, I want to say maybe a year and a half into the relationship with Rihanna, I really was serious about it. Like, you know, I was always goofy about everything else, being a young kid, but the maturity level I had in my beliefs of what I wanted with my girlfriend, you know what? I want to marry you, but I want, before, you know, we go any further, I just want to be able to be honest and be completely real with you about everything you've ever had a question about or a doubt about. Or she had asked me, like, right when we first started dating, hey, you ever mess with this person? And this person, she worked for me at the time. And I said, nah, man, you know what it is. Just, you know, I brushed it to the side. One, I didn't want her knowing my business. Two, I just didn't know who she would tell if I tell her what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So around like the 8th month, or maybe like a little bit after that VMA performance, I just broke it to her. I said, hey, I want to marry you, but I want to be real with you. I want to be honest with you and tell you, you know, everything. This is what it is. Before we were together, me and this other girl did have sex. My trust totally was lost with her. You know what I'm saying? She hated me. Like, after that, I tried everything. Like, she didn't care. Like, she just didn't trust me after that. From there, it just went downhill because, you know, it would be fights, it would be verbal fights, physical fights as well, mutual sides, and this is the first time I get to say anything. And like I said, I still love Rihanna, but I'm just gonna be honest. We would fight each other. She would hit me, I would hit her. But it never was okay. It was always a point to when we talk about it, like, yo, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I don't like that. I don't like you slapping me. If I go on stage, I got a scratch on my face, and I gotta explain it like, oh, no, I fell, or like, or like, if you got a scar or whatever, or a bruise, you gotta put makeup on it. I feel like shit. Like, I'm not ever trying to put my hands on any female. Like me, I felt like a fucking monster. 7 years ago, when I was about 17, 18, you know, the whole Rihanna incident happened. And, you know, a lot of that changed my life. And that night at that Clive Davis party, that I made sure the person that I was involved with before, I said, hey, if you can't come around to these places, and the person comes in, comes right to the table, say, hey, what's up, y'all? And I already know it's an issue, so I say, hey, cool, and I keep it, and they keep it moving and leave. I look over at Rihanna, and she's bawling, she's just crying. In the middle of the ceremony about to start, she's just crying, and I'm like, yo, please, babe, don't do this. Like, don't do this in here. Like I didn't know, I promise, I swear to God, I didn't know. So she got over it, she started drinking a little bit, we both were drinking a little bit. We was tipsy, laughing, joking, you know, and then we left.
And Juan, just a few hours ago, we saw Chris Brown drive off. According to sources, the alleged fight broke out inside a Lamborghini that was located at Hancock Park.
As you know, young relationships, any relationship is based on trust, but because I told her that, she didn't trust me with anything. So I would give her the option of, oh, you can look at my phone. So I gave her the phone. She looks at the phone, and there's a message, and it says, kill the Grammys, do your thing. And I didn't read the rest of the message, I didn't open it. So she opened the message, and the rest of the message said, I'll see you at the Clive party. So off top, she thought I was lying. She starts going off, she throws the phone, I hate you, whatever. Starts hitting me. We're in a little Lamborghini. You know, she's fighting me, and I'm like, look, I'm telling you the truth, I swear to God. You know, I'm telling you the truth, stop it. So then she hits me a couple more times, and I just kind of it doesn't go from translation to let's sit down, I'm telling you the truth. It goes to, now I'm finna be mean and be evil. Arguing. So then, like I remember she tried to kick me. It's like just her just being upset. But then I really hit her, like I with a closed fist, like I punched her, you know, and it busted her lip. And when I saw it, I was in shock. I was like, fuck, why the hell did I hit her like? So from there, she just spit in my face, like spit the blood in my face, and I'm like, yo, so it enraged me even more. Like it's a real-on fight in a car. We driving down the street. So I'm like, yo, man, we tripping. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing? She's trying to grab for my phone, and I'm not giving her my phone to throw it out of the window. So she grabs my nuts. And when she do that, I bite her arm, I think, as I'm driving, because I'm still trying to drive. And it's just like a petty, like, stupid fight, bro. And I'm just realizing it. I'm like, look, what the hell am I doing, bro? Like, what are you, like, you honestly doing this in the car right now? Like, what are we doing? So I pull over in Hancock Park, maybe less than 2-3 miles from my house, because I'm just trying to resolve the situation. I'm not trying to fight any further. I don't want to, like, I love her. I don't want to hurt my girlfriend, you know? So I pull over, and I said, look, like, I'm telling you the truth. Like, I'm crying, she's crying. Like, I'm telling you the truth. I swear to God, like, I didn't do it. I didn't know she was fucking coming. I didn't know, I promise. She just didn't believe me. Like, I just know you lying to me, lying to me. So she takes the keys out of the car. I'm in park. She takes the keys out of the car and throws fakes like she throws them out the window. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I get out the car. When I get out the car, I'm looking for the keys in somebody's yard. And she yells out her door, help, he's trying to kill me. I said, stop, like, we gonna get in trouble. So I'm looking for the keys. She's sitting on the keys. So I'm like, you know what? I can't play this game with you. So I'm getting my bags out of the car. She takes my CDs. This is back when I would record on CDs. You couldn't put it on your phone when you leave the studio. So I had new music, and she was just scratching it up. I just seen her scratching it up with the keys. So I snatched the bag, and I was like, you know what? You got the keys. You can drive home. By this time, her lip was busted. She had a knot because I pushed her head up against the window. And you know, a lot of the times, like, I look back at that picture and I'm just like, yo, bro, like, that's not me, bro. That's not me. Like, I hate it to this day. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna haunt me forever. I hated myself, you know? So I was thinking about suicide and everything else. So it's just like, fuck. But from there, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just take everything and, like, it's come, my consequences for my actions have to be dealt with, you know? I turned myself in the next day, pled guilty, didn't, you know, argue, didn't say, hey, no, let me fight this case and take it to trial, and just say, hey, she fought me back. No, I'm not, that's not where my head was at, and that's not where it is now. You know, I loved her, you know, I wanted to protect her because I did too much stuff to her. Like, I did what I did, so it was wrong. The hardest, you know, person to say, like, I'll talk about it to would be, I would say probably my father. You know what I'm saying? My father and my real father. I don't want to disappoint my father because he actually was there for me. But my mom, it was a little bit more closer to heart because I seen my mom deal with that, you know, firsthand. Not from my father. My biological father, Clinton Maurice Brown, is a great man, you know, but her, a significant other at the time, my mother, a significant other, he was a monster, animal, pure hatred, evil. I never hated somebody in my life. Like, if I could kill him, I would. So I promised my mom one day, I said, look, Mom, yo, if I know you tell me not to do, like, crazy shit and hang with these niggas and do what I do. I said, but when I get 15, I'm gonna kill him. Like, I'm not playing, I'm not joking, I'm serious. I'm gonna take his life. So that's the kind of hatred this guy brings for me, and fear, and stuff like that. So I'm terrified of this man. You know, I would be at home, you know. He blew his brains out when I was 6, but he didn't die. Like, he shot himself in the head, and he went blind and shit. I was 6 years old, bro. Like, the fuck? How does a kid deal with that shit? And then, being that he's physically impaired now, it frustrates him more, so he's in a depression. So, but he takes it out on his girl. His girl happens to be my mom. This is what I had to deal with. Like, I had to hear my mom get beat up every night. And I had to pee on myself, like, I'm scared to even get up and walk in the hallway because I didn't want to see nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So nobody knows that fear that they have to deal with, and then it transcends sometimes, it's learned behavior. So me having to see my mom look at me through that light, like, I just saw him. That's who I saw. I saw him. I didn't see Chris. I seen that motherfucker. And so that's what ate at me a lot. That's what killed my soul a lot, because I was the one thing I was running from. The label, the name woman beater, is something that I would say to somebody. You know what I'm saying? It scares me because I would place that judgment on somebody. So when people say it, I don't get mad at them. I'm more mad at myself because I feel like I am the reflection of what they're saying.